This was a crazy week. Full recap of NFL Week 2. Starting on Thursday Night Football, the Eagles run the ball 48 times to beat the Vikings 34-28 to go to 2-0. Kirk Cousins threw for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns, but the Vikings had 4 turnovers. Minnesota drops to 0-2. The Bills destroy the Raiders 38-10 after Josh Allen threw for 274 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Bengals go to 0-2 after the Ravens beat them 27-24, led by Lamar Jackson, who had 2 TDs and 54 rushing yards. The Chiefs beat the Jaguars for the 7th straight time, winning 17-9, despite Christian Kirk having 11 receptions for 110 yards. The Jaguars didn't score a single touchdown this game. The Titans barely beat the Chargers 27-24 in overtime, despite Keenan Allen's 2 receiving touchdowns. The Titans had 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 from Derrick Henry and 1 from Ryan Tannehill. Chargers dropped to 0-2. The Falcons squeeze out a win by beating the Packers by 1, 25-24 at home. Desmond Ridder threw for 237 yards and 1 touchdown. Bijan Robinson had 172 total yards, and the Falcons go to 0-2. The Seahawks beat the Lions in overtime 37-31 to go to 1-1. Geno Smith threw for 328 yards and 2 touchdowns, along with 2 touchdowns from the second-year running back, Kenneth Walker. The Colts beat the Texans 31-20. Anthony Richardson had 3 total touchdowns, 2 of them being rushing, but left the game in the first half because of a concussion. Gardner Minshew replaced him and had 171 yards passing. Houston drops to 0-2. The Buccaneers go up to 2-0 by beating the Bears 27-17. Baker Mayfield continues his hot start by throwing for 317 yards and 1 touchdown. Justin Fields threw 2 picks and the Bears drop to 0-2. The Giants pull off a crazy comeback, winning 31-28 after being down by 21 in the third quarter. Daniel Jones had 321 passing yards with 3 total touchdowns. Both teams go to 1-1. The 49ers beat the Rams 30-23 despite Matthew Stafford throwing for 307 yards. Brock Purdy had 206 passing yards and 1 rushing touchdown, along with 2 other rushing touchdowns from Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey. The Cowboys continue their hot start by beating the Jets 30-10. The Cowboys defense had 4 turnovers, including 3 interceptions off of Zach Wilson. The Commanders make a great comeback, winning 35-33 after being down 21-3 in the second quarter. The Broncos completed a Hail Mary at the end of the game, but failed the 2-point conversion over a controversial pass interference no call. Brian Robinson ran for 2 touchdowns. The Dolphins beat the Patriots on Sunday Night Football 24-17, led by Raheem Mostert's 121 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Mac Jones threw for 231 yards. Dolphins go to 2-0, while New England drops to 0-2. On Monday Night Football, Derek Carr continues his hot start with 228 yards passing. The Saints beat the Panthers 20-17. Bryce Young threw 1 touchdown to Adam Thielen. Finally, the Steelers beat the Browns 26-22, led by the Steelers' 2 defensive touchdowns. George Pickens had a career night with 127 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Nick Chubb hurt his knee very badly and is out for the rest of the season.